Hello YouTube, how are you doing? It's Radovan here from racebluff.com. Today we will be talking about 3 elementary tips for online cash game players. So without any hesitation, let's jump to tip number 1, mastering your preflop game. Or in other words, start from the beginning. I know many players out there at microstakes who are studying complex postflop concepts, trying to mix their frequency somehow and balancing ranges, while at the same time I see them cheerfully calling pocket fives on the small blind right after hijack opened and button 3-bet. The simple rule which applies here is keep it simple. Especially in the beginning, when you are overloaded with a huge amount of information, strategies, ranges, and so on. If you are losing or break-even player on microstakes, I would strongly recommend you to forget about balancing ranges and studying difficult post-flop situations and instead start working on these 3 fundamental pillars, which are your opening ranges, your bet sizing, and I think most important, your tilt control. Let's start with the RFI, which stands for raised first in, or basically it's your opening ranges. I might have a bad news for you, no one can help you with this one, but yourself. You have to sit down and learn it, simple as that, no shortcuts, nothing. But to make it easier, you can visit gtovwizard.com and learn your basic opening ranges there. It is really easy and simple to use. I have also made another video about how I'm studying my preflop game using GTO Wizard. Alright, let's assume that now you know all your opening ranges from each position. But how about your bet sizing preflop? We will be explaining it on 6max table, considering that all players are 100 big blinds deep. Let's start with the UTG and hijack. These are the earliest position at the 6max poker table. I recommend opening here 2 blinds instead of 2.5 blinds. The reason is simple. You will be more frequently playing out of position on UTG and hijack postflop, so you want to keep the pot smaller. On the other hand, on cutoff and on button, you want to open a little bit bigger, because you will be mostly playing in position postflop. It's a simple logic. On the small blind, there is only one opponent left in front of you, considering that all other opponents fold to you. The big blind already has one big blind in, so instead of raising 2.5 big blinds, raise 3 big blinds or 3.5 big blinds to make his marginal hands less profitable for him to call. So once you master your opening ranges and become familiar with open sizing, you can start working on your 3-betting. Again, you can find all the 3-betting patterns at gtovwizard.com. But now let's see 2 basic rules of 3-betting. The general rules of 3-betting preflop are also divided same as raised first in into IP situations and OOP situations, so in position, out of position. In position, you want to 3-bet 3 times the original raiser and add extra blind for every cold caller preflop. We will have a look at an example on the next slide. Out of position, you want to 3-bet 4 times the original raiser and add extra blinds for every cold caller preflop. Let's take a look at the example. So now you are sitting on the big blind and you have been dealt king-queen suited. Action is UTG fold, hijack fold, cutoff open, 2.5 big blinds, button cold call, small blind fold, and now action is to you. So as you can remember from previous slide, you want to 3-bet 4 times because you are out of position, so 4 times original raiser, which is 4 times 2.5 is 10, plus you want to add 2.5 big blinds for the cold caller, so for the button you want to add another 2.5 big blind, so it makes altogether 12.5 big blinds. So this is what you should be doing instead of balancing ranges and doing some complicated stuff post-flop. Go back to the basics, learn the basics, start simple, and it will become much easier for you then to study your post-flop once you master your pre-flop. As a third fundamental pillar I have chosen is tilt control. Simply because I believe that what makes a big difference between losing or break-even player and winning player is controlling your emotions and controlling your ability to handle the tilt. I will be making a separate video for this topic, because its complexity requires much more than just a few words to be told. On your poker journey, on your path to success, you will come across many hurdles such as tilting, lack of motivation, but luckily there is a way, there is a strategy on how to work on this skill as well. So we will skip this chapter for now and move to second tip, which hopefully makes you better poker player and helps you understand what is keeping you back from becoming winning player. My tip number 2 for you is Rake War, or simply said, call less, raise more. Do yourself a favor and stop thinking about calling preflop, but instead start thinking more about folding or raising. One of the most popular saying in poker history is fold and live to fold again, which cannot be more applicable elsewhere than on microstakes. Maybe it sounds neglectable to you, but trust me, it's not. Let's say that you are a winning player at microstakes with 15 big blinds over 100 hands over a decent sample. But guess what? Your real winnings are much smaller than you think. If you go and read the poker room's rake policy, you will find out that most of them are nowadays taking around 9 to 10 big blinds per 100 hands played on microstakes. It's not a rocket science, just do the simple maths. 15 big blinds minus 10 big blinds equals to 5 big blinds per 100 hands. And boom! Huge chunk of your winnings are gone. Let me tell you the truth straight away. Even if you read hundreds of strategies and watch thousands of YouTube videos how to clean up the microstakes or how to beat microstakes, it will not help you at all until you understand the single strategy, and that is strategy of your opponents besides the players on the table, the house. You are not playing only against other players on the table, you are also playing against the house, so poker room itself. You can read more about this topic in my free guide, which you can find on theracebluff.com. The tip number 3 of this video is become part of the community. Don't be a lone wolf. It is very important for aspiring poker players, especially the one who starts at the microstakes and try to learn the game, to become a part of the community. It has more benefits for you and also for other players with the community. First of all, it is much easier to study your game and learn the strategy as a part of community, where you can get different opinions on the same situation. Different opinions will show you that the way you were thinking could not be correct, or maybe you find that your review was totally out of line. Other players in the community are most probably going through the same dire straits as you do, so they understand you much better rather than your random friend. The superpower of being part of community is incredible. It is collective network of brains and improving by helping one another. Also, by helping and supporting others, you are learning as well, so you can kill two birds with one stone. So don't be shy, help yourself and also help others. Go and find the community and say hello. I'm pretty sure that there will be players with similar problems as you do. And dealing with them together will help you and others a lot. And at the end, you will might find new friends in the community. It is very important, especially for the beginners, to start building strong fundamentals from the very scratch. In any game, sports or business, unless you build solid fundamentals, it will catch you soon or later. Every little fundament you neglect to build will show up later, and leaking your money is the last thing you want to do when play poker. I hope you'll find these 3 elementary tips useful to help you on your microstakes journey, and also that it delivers you some value for your game and for climbing up the stakes. For more useful tips you can visit racebluff.com. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the like button below, it really helps me out, and also it helps YouTube to bring more videos from me to you with a similar poker content. If you want also, you can leave a comment below and I'll do my best to answer that question, and also if you want to subscribe, we put out a new video every week, so see you next time.